Have you ever wondered what it really looks like to landscape with native plants? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you. Hello, my Patreon friends. Thank you for your support. And currently, I'm at the Indiana Dunes Nature Center, and they really have a great example of some unbelievable native plantings and just how it looks to landscape with native plants. It's a little windy out here. They're doing construction, so sorry for that noise, but I do have my mic on, and we're just gonna get right into it. So as we just walk up, you can see what I believe a very underused native that is just gorgeous. This is fragrant sumac. So early in the summer, they're gonna have these beautiful little flowers, but I think their main showcase is when it gets to the fall color that they turn. And you can see it slowly beginning to turn its fall color right here. You got a rattlesnake master just peeping through, which is a very legendary scene. And then this is what it's all about. Look at this. Look at this. This is all prairie dropseed. So valuable, providing great habitat, and just as gorgeous. I mean, turning its fall color. Look at these seed heads filled with seeds. And again, it's really just this simple. Planting native plants, working with the native plants around us to landscape with them. Now we move over here. Look at this. We got some beautiful mountain mint that has already went to bloom, but going to seed now. Still looking beautiful, providing very important habitat. And then it just doesn't get better than this. You got some beautiful ironweed right here. They have unbelievable habitats out here. This might have just got naturally seeded, but this is gonna steal the show right here. Prairie dock, just an infamous prairie species. And this is just honoring the land. This is caring about the land, and this is being proud of our native plants, landscaping with them. How incredible is this? Insane. Look at these massive leaves. I mean, that is just wow. You got some beard tongue right here, along with some purple coneflower that they're using to plant. Another great native that usually is actually a little more common to be used in landscaping, but of course. But just how beautiful is this? Look at that, bro. And let's just keep it very simple. Some black-eyed Susans right here. Again, very simple. Look at this. Beautiful patch of ferns and just lined with serviceberry. Why are we still planting Bradford pears when we could be planting serviceberry? A high-quality native shrub for our wildlife, but guess what? The berries are also so delicious for us as well. And this is what we like to see at some level. Stop invasive hitchhikers. Clean them feet. The Indiana Dunes, though, I'll be making a lot of videos, are facing some very severe threats from invasive species. They're basically collapsing as we speak. I hate to say that. I just was camping in the Indiana Dunes, and it's a real shame. Some of these nasty invasive species like Oriental bittersweet that are just really wreaking havoc. But enough of that, that's for another video. Right now we're focusing on the beautiful native plantings. Look at this. I believe a very underused shrub in our landscaping. This is chokeberry. Beautiful fall color as well. Right here, look at this. This is a beautiful American crabapple. Birds are gonna love these berries. Planting natives, man, it's just this simple. Prairie dropseed planted. We have some beautiful asters right here. Look at these asters right here. Right up to the front door. Does it get better than that? Shout out the Indiana Dunes, bro. At least they're honoring the land here and doing this. Shout out the Indiana Dunes, man. Top 5 most biodiverse park in the country. American crabapple right here. Look at all those berries. But we got to tap in. We got a privet right here and a honeysuckle right behind it. We do not like to see that. But what we do like to see is patches of switchgrass, beautiful prairie dropseed, gorgeous patch of mountain mint, and this is really what we like to see. This is all sand coreopsis. And again, this isn't even in bloom. When this is in bloom, this is just a sea of yellow. But now it's just so many great seeds. And this is really a great landscaping native because it stays very low. I think it's very gorgeous. It blooms long, it blooms early. And it really is just a high valuable native that just continues to provide. Got some beautiful red buds right here. And these are just some high quality. Wow, it is windy. Look at these red buds right here. Those are red bud seeds. Beautiful spring flowering tree, pink, if you don't know red bud. And if it's native to you, plant a red bud. Look at this. Look at, you got some beautiful prairie dock seed heads there. Sadly, we have some cattails and phragmites beginning to move into this wet area. That's a very nasty invasive species that is continuing to take over ecosystems here. But you love this. Do not mow, do not spray. You know, low key, it's almost a little sad. We even got to say that. But I'm happy that they have these ecosystems here. This is high quality. I mean, you got sand coreopsis right here. You got goldenrods right here. You got gray-headed coneflower right here. Oh, we just had a goldfinch right eating on that seed head right there. You got stiff goldenrod in there. You got rosinweed in here. You just got a lot of high quality natives. And that's what you'd expect here at the Nature Center. Honoring the land, planting, teaching people about nature, about the ecosystems that are native here, because that is what is missing, is just an education, people understanding. Because again, how can we expect to heal the land, value the land, take care of the land if we know nothing about the land? Beautiful habitats here. Rattlesnake master, got some beautiful seed heads from the amazing beard tongue. But again, this to me, and again, this is past bloom. This is just gorgeous. If this was the landscaping of every single area of where we live, oh, it'd be unbelievable. But this is more of just a wild landscape. Obviously you saw up there when they did more uniform planting, but this also is so gorgeous. And this is the fall. When you see this in bloom, look, we got some bloomers. Here's that beautiful New England aster. Got another one over here. I'll show you. This is actually, sorry for my shadow too, but this is actually beautiful bone set. But let's look at this unbelievable New England aster right here. Oh yeah, we still got a bloomer. We still got a bloomer. Oh yes. How gorgeous is that? How gorgeous is this ecosystem filled with seeds? Got some red pines right there. Oh yeah, these are our beautiful, maybe rose mallow or hibiscus right here. Oh no, yep, right here, look at that. Tons of seeds in here. It's this simple, bro. Landscaping with native plants where we live. 99 out of 100 times in an area like this in society where it's buildings and city neighborhood, it's just lawn. It's just lawn. It's just this the whole way. Little patches of some landscaping, and it's always non-native plants. I cannot underestimate the value and impact just that little planting, what this is doing for the wildlife, for the local ecosystem. And we multiply that with all of our landscapes. It's that simple. And that should be the bare minimum that we are doing to honor the land, to take care of the land, to learn about the land. How legendary is this? God, that's cool. That's super cool. Landscaping with natives. It really can be that simple. But this movement is growing because I think humanity, we're starting to wake up to realize that this has to grow. This has to be a movement. We have to coexist with the land. We can no longer segregate ourselves from the living world. That's never going to work out in our favor. Are you kidding me? We got a jack pine in here. We have a beautiful black oak. Great patches of bone set. Service berries planted right here. Looks like we had a beautiful sugar maple honoring the indigenous language of the Potawatomi over here in the Miami. Okay. That does warm your heart. You know, just spending a couple days in the heart of the ecosystems of the Indiana Dunes and witnessing how much they are collapsing. I kind of needed this right now, to be honest. I needed to see some very intact, beautiful habitats like this great Indian grass and little blue stem all throughout in here. High quality. Prairie dropsy, prairie dock. Please. So please, landscape with native plants. It's not all or nothing, but just go plant a couple natives. Start learning all of the species that you have planted in your landscaping. Learn about your local ecosystem. Learn about the species that make up that ecosystem. And together we can do this very important work to heal the land, while simultaneously you're just going to heal your soul as well once you deeply connect and realize and remember that you are also a part of Mother Earth and that the land has a deep wisdom that has something to teach all of us once we just humble ourselves to that power, to that beauty. So blessings, my friends. I hope you appreciated this video. I really deeply am grateful for your support. And let's just keep building and let's just keep moving forward. Blessings.